suffering. Suffering is considered, and it is a part of life, but 95% of our suffering comes from the inside, comes from our resistance to reality and our desire to fight for it. I give you an example to make sense of it. I recently read a book about chronic pain, and because I teach seniors, I teach chair yoga to seniors, I offered it to some of my students. I shared and I said it's such a great way for a lot of us to get not control, but to tame our pain a little bit, to suffer less, essentially. And a lot of people get cured by that. By the way, the name of the book is The Way Out by Alan Gordon. But here's the thing. One of the students went and got the book, and she looked at it, and then she got really angry because the book says that chronic pain is the glitch in the brain. And they explained why, they explained the neuroscience of it, they explained all the things, and she got really angry. And why? Because her belief system was not able to open up. She was not able to shift her perception a little bit, just to even try. So she hasn't tried the method. She just got angry. She said that was the book is poorly written, and she was not going to try it. So how can you know if something doesn't work if you don't try it? How can you know that what you hold is 100% true if you don't try to shift your perception, not even permanently, but just once, to try, see what happens. Be curious enough to test things out. And I see that's not the only time I've seen this happen. I see sometimes in my clients, I see sometimes in people fighting for their beliefs. I see it in my own family, my dad, my brother. I see that all the time. We're so convinced that we are right, that we're willing to die for our rightness. And I try, what I am grateful to all those people is for me to show me what not to do, to remind myself of these things when I am so convinced about something that, oh my God, this is not going to work, or this is just a really silly thing. Then I remind myself, hey, you don't know until you try, until you give it an honest try. Yeah. So suffering is, I will say it again, 95% of suffering is created because we insist on the belief systems that are painful. And it's internal conflict and inability to surrender to the reality today, right now, in this moment of time. So I invite you today to open up a little bit and to soften your gaze and to see where might be a place where you're insisting on being right. And maybe you can soften enough to explore a little bit deeper and maybe release some of the suffering from your life. Because you know what? We don't have to suffer. Yes, there is some legit suffering, like if I hit my hand with a hammer, or if I slam the door shut on my hand, yeah, that will be pure pain. But then I can choose to what I'm going to do with that pain. I can choose to take care of myself and let it go, let it heal, or I can choose to be mad at the door, mad at myself, mad at everything under the sun, and that will make me suffer more. So there are choices to make, and I think the wisdom comes from slowing down and assessing, is it real? And do I need to add to my suffering? Or perhaps I don't need to, and perhaps I will choose not to. So here's to not suffering. I wish us all to release all the suffering that we can.